Today's portion of the CU podcast is brought to you by True Classic. They make t-shirts that actually fit and they are super soft. When you're bigger, finding the right t-shirt can be incredibly frustrating. Most t-shirts are too tight in all the wrong places or way too big and boxy, but not True Classic. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men get their fit on at an affordable price. Our listeners get access to the absolute best deal they offer. For a limited time, get 25% off with code CUPodcast at trueclassic.com.
Guys, you're wearing the wrong clothes. It's time to level up. Highlight your greatest assets with a t-shirt you can confidently throw on at any time. True Classic clothing is made with every man in mind. You'll get that quality, luxe fit, and the softness you've always wanted but never received from those rough excuses for t-shirts. These things are so soft you'll actually want to wear them. I generally like to layer. I like to wear an undershirt when I'm wearing, a t-shirt or a button-down, and these are extremely comfortable.
Sure.
They don't stop at tees. They are your one-stop shop for all things menswear, and they make it super easy to build out your wardrobe, from polos and workout shirts with the same flattering fit to boxer briefs designed with a pouch to keep your package nice and comfortable. All of their clothing is long-lasting and affordable. And are you proud of your gains? You can accentuate those biceps with their activewear crew necks, their sweat-wicking, and their anti-BO. And if you're worried about sizing, True Classic leaves no man behind. For any of the big boys out there, they have long body options, and for the tall guys, long body and triple XL sizing. And a pro tip, you can bundle your favorites with the pack builder on their site and save even more than the discount we're offering you today.
It's about time you get your fit together. Upgrade your wardrobe with True Classic. Get 25% off at trueclassic.com with code CUPodcast. Free shipping is included on purchases over $100. That's 25% off at trueclassic.com with code CUPodcast. Strengthen your wardrobe with True Classic today. True Classic. Look good, feel good. We got voicemails.
We do.
You go to anchor.fm/CUPodcast. Go leave us a voicemail. Try not to overextend your welcome. 20 seconds in and out. That's the way Pat does it. Wait, what? Here is the first one.
Hallo, Pat und Ian. Das ist John Thompson from Munich, Germany.
Hey.
So, do you guys remember the KFC console that was supposed to come out at the same time as the PS5? It has been 2 years since they've gone cold. Do you think it was only a marketing ploy after all? Or will it eventually fulfill the promise of being the most powerful console for generations to come? Wiedersehen.
I don't know. They said it was going to come out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they did say it was going to come out. I think it was KFC Gaming and Cooler Master. Cooler Master is a hardware manufacturer. They showed it, right? And then obviously everyone thought it was a hoax. Then in December, they announced that they were going to do it. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember if they said that, they said it was going to be powered by an Intel NUC 9 Extreme compute element. And it was going to have a warmer basket that you could put chicken in.
You couldn't. It's probably not like an air fryer, but it's a warmer.
No, just a warmer basket. I also thought I read somewhere that they said they were going to consider just making it like a mini PC case that you could buy. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Either way, it never came out, which is silly. That they would. I just don't know why they would announce it to not put it out. But it's 2 years past. It's not coming out. The joke is dead. No one wants this anymore.
I think it would still sell. If they made a few thousand, I think they would sell just for the notoriety of it. I think so.
Perhaps.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Christian from Virginia. Now I have one question for you all. Who should call the show now that Tommy Tallarico has tragically stopped calling the show? And I have one suggestion and one suggestion only. And his name is Zack Snyder.
Okay, then.
I do not want Zack Snyder calling into the show, ever.
Hey, Suri and Paterino. Oh, what's up with all the people calling in?
The fuck? Super loud truck. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, I felt the rumble.
Hey, Suri and Paterino. Oh, what's up with all the people calling in and doing voices? It's pretty lame. I mean, do they not have friends? Go hang out with your friends. I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, anyway, Discord's annoying. Yeah, so these people, they're losers, right? Complete, utter loser. Oh my God, what is that? Hey, Stop! Stop! Oh my God! It won't stop! I don't even have AOL installed! Oh my God! Ah!
Goodbye.
Oh, toy. So silly.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is James from Chicago, longtime listener, first-time caller. Recently, you guys were talking about what Konami properties you'd like to see come back, either as a remake or revamped, redone, whatever it's going to be. And I kept waiting for you guys to say it, but you didn't. And I think the game that would benefit most is, of course, Adventures of Bayou Billy. If there's ever a game that needed redemption, it's that one. And while I would appreciate, new Contra, new Castlevania, we all know that they're going to keep making those until the end of time. So try to get that one going. And then, of course, Mount Rushmore video game characters. Agree, Pac-Man, Mario, Sonic. And the fourth one, well, it's Bayou Billy.
I would actually love to see a ROM hack of Bayou Billy where they fix the beat 'em up section. Because if you fix the beat 'em up section, it's a good game.
It's a neat game. It's a neat idea.
If you give the enemies like recoil when you hit them,
Right.
they don't just walk through your punches and kicks, and you lower their the amount of damage they can take. If you do all these things and make them,
You mean how much damage they can get?
yes, how much?
Yeah.
No, how much damage they can take. They'll take a lot.
Oh,
of
they all,
damage.
sure.
Like you have to kick them like fucking 15, 20 times. You do that, and then you make them less aggressive, like a little bit less aggressive. You have you bump it a star rating at least. Like it becomes like a 4-star probably game at that point. Versus what I probably give it an average or 3 stars, just because it's trying to do all these interesting things. I don't know why they made it so much difficult than it had to be. It didn't make any sense to do that.
No.
At all. It's like so much harder than Double Dragon on the NES. It's not even close.
Hi, Pat and Ian. This is Joe from St. Louis,
Hey, Joe.
home of an amazing food scene, but the worst style pizza in the country.
Probably.
Pat, thanks for inspiring me to do intermittent fasting over the course of however long I've been doing it now. I've lost 30 pounds. So if anyone gives you crap for being hungry on the podcast, yeah, stick it in their face because it works. Oh, it's a video game podcast. Mario.
There you go. Oh, stick what in their face? I usually get hungry around, once you hit like now, I'm starting to rumble a little bit. The first, but
What is it? No eating after 10 and no eating before noon?
you usually go 16-8. You get 8 hours to eat in a day. It's up to your schedule. You can do it technically whenever you want. I usually don't eat until at least noon, sometimes 1, 2, or even 3. And then I'll eat my last meal like 8, 9. Some people just don't say don't eat that late. It really does, to me, doesn't matter as long as you still have the same window. It gives your body time to churn through all the other calories that you've got stored. That's all. I usually just tell people don't eat breakfast. Just make it to noon, have your lunch, and that's it. And you're already well ahead of the game. Some people only eat 1 meal a day. I can't do that because I can't. You have to, in theory, get almost the same amount of calories, and that's tough to do in 1 meal. I've done it only like once, where I was like, "Wow, I forgot to eat today," and it's like 8 o'clock at night. You got to like eat a lot of calories, but some people do that. I just don't do that. Some people skip it a couple of days every once in a while. I won't eat for a day or two, and like, no, I don't do that.
That's
I don't
not
really
healthy.
But no, definitely, breakfast is not good for, at least for my body. A lot of people, I do not run well after breakfast. My body's worn down, it just feels blah. I just feel like sluggish. And I don't need those calories early in the morning. I'm not doing anything. Next.
Pat, Ian, this is Matt from Rochester, New York again. So now that football season's underway, is there a place out in San Diego where you guys like to get wings at all? Obviously out here in Western New York, they're a hot commodity. I don't know about how they are in New Jersey. I'm just wondering what the general consensus is out in San Diego. Thanks, guys.
I don't think there's any place in Jersey that was known for wings. I'm trying to remember that. We never, like, people go, "Oh, let's go to Hooters for wings," but like I don't ever remember there wasn't like a wing place. I don't think that was at least was qualified. I don't know.
No, I don't really think there's any place that does good wings in San Diego. I do try them from time to time. I don't, just poo-poo them without trying them. I do want to give every place a fair shot. But nothing good here. There is actually an Extra Napkins episode recently where we cover Dirty Birds, which is like the popular place around here.
I know who runs that,
and they're not good.
Oh, they're the crowd that used to be the people that used to run the bar at Shades.
Oh, okay.
And they opened that up.
They've got a lot of sauces, but like they don't fry the wings long enough. They're kind of like, as John D'Elia once said to me, it's like eating earlobes.
I think you said that a week or two ago. You brought back that one.
Yeah, it's a good.
They need to hire Ian for a consultant for a day. How do you fry your wings properly?
Fry these.
Get the heat
5
up.
minutes longer.
Get the heat up, or just 5 minutes longer.
5 minutes longer.
Is that it? No mushy earlobe stuff.
No.
Next.
Pat, Ian, this is Chris, upstate friend here in Prudendale, California. I just want to give you guys a good thank you for exposing the BS in the gaming world, taking on guys like Tommy Tallarico and this Mad Dog Collector dude that you were just talking about, and all the BS with this inflated high-end market, and you guys doing a great service.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we try. I mean, like, it gets tiresome, but someone has to. If not, I think the scene would be a lot worse off if people weren't pushing. Imagine if, I'm not saying the Amico would have gained a larger foothold, but like, if no one was being critical of the Amico for the years and years was going on, it would have been a vacuum. It would be in this weird fucking vacuum. And I can't imagine that.
Hey, Pat and Ian. I just got done listening to Nothing Matters number 48. For all the non-Patreon members out there, that's where all the good bits are. So for less than 3 soft tacos from Taco Bell, you too could be getting the good bits. Pat, I know, I'm sorry I brought up food. We all know you're intermittent fasting.
Yep.
But what I really wanted to get at is we could really use a Spike Meow House dub mix. Is there any CU fans out there that can mix one up? That'd be great. Cheers to Spike's health.
Oh, boy.
He's kind of sick again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Little guy.
Taking him to the vet tomorrow morning.
Hey, Pat and Ian. Jamie from New York here. Wanted to say I love the show, and so much so I bought the NES guidebook just a couple of days ago.
All right.
With baseball playoffs upon us, my question is, what is each of your favorite baseball video games of all time? I love MLB The Show, but for me, it would still have to be High Heat Baseball from the late 90s. The games were quick, and hitting finally felt realistic. Thanks, and let's go Mets.
Don't bring up the Mets. Don't tease me. Don't. I want to hear about the Mets.
That's too old. So my favorite baseball games, I love RBI Baseball on the NES. I think it's tons of fun. I also have enjoyed the show, but one that sticks out for me the most is MVP 2004 on the GameCube, PlayStation 2, or Xbox. It has Pujols on the cover, and I played a shitload of that with my friend John, my friend Alex, and I remember one very particular night where we sat down at like 10 or 11 with 2 cases of beer, and we did a sim season until 6 in the morning.
Wow.
And then my friend got arrested afterwards.
Why?
Alex, because he was too drunk and he tried to get into the wrong house when he got home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that disorderly conduct or breaking and entering, trespassing?
I have no idea.
Holy shit! How drunk? How do you even get to that point? Then staggering home. Hope it wasn't driving.
No, he was not driving.
What the hell, dude? Wow.
Yep.
All right. Interesting. Baseball Stars, because at the time there was nothing else like it on a console, and I did not have any PC gaming experience at all. Like, I did not play good old Earl Weaver's baseball.
Or what was the Sierra one? Sports. It's like
Sports
News Baseball or whatever.
Oh, they had one?
Let me see.
But well, let's put it this way: you would get all the nice simulation aspects, but the fielding and hitting would not be as good on those, on a computer at that time in the 80s. But Baseball Stars,
Front Page Sports,
Baseball Stars got it all right. And the create a player, manage your own team. That was I made a team of everyone in the neighborhood. I put myself as a player. Like, it was great, amazing. And somehow the sequel did not improve upon it. They were just the sequel. I did not give 5 stars. I gave the first one 5 stars. I gave it 4.5. The sequel.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Scott from New Hampshire. Just calling in, wondering if you think we would ever see another Punch-Out game from Nintendo on Switch, hopefully. Big fan of Iron Mike, always was since back in the day. I'd like to see him definitely come back to the game and reprise his role. I think he's a great, underrated historical Nintendo boss. Thanks so much. Bye.
I think I'd rated great. He's feared, like, as a boss character. Like, Mike Tyson is arguably the hardest video game boss from the 8-bit era. He's up there. No, you're not going to see it. Nintendo's never going to get in this again with a sports endorsement, because they can turn bad. I mean, it did with Tyson, obviously, with his legal issues and other things. And I don't think Nintendo would probably get into that again. Yeah, Ken Griffey was pretty clean cut with it, but they had the relationship with the Mariners, so that made sense. Owning the Mariners and saving that. Oh, that video was taken down by MLB Baseball. Norm did a great video about that whole relationship between Nintendo and the Mariners. You can read about it. You read about it in the Super Nintendo guidebook.
I think in terms of will they ever make another Punch Out, I think the answer is no. I think the gameplay is too simple.
I think so.
I don't think they would. I don't know that they would do one as a full release. I could see a digital game. I like Punch Out, but it really is just pattern memorization at the end of the day.
How well did the Wii one do? That's still pretty well.
I don't know,
it?
and it's fun, but they would have to make it really. They'd have to make it a big game. They would have to add some other modes to it. I think it's just too bare bones to get, like I said, a $60 release.
Okay, I think we'll see another Punch Out eventually, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it came out 2010. When did it come out? The last one, 11. And so you had 3 games in the series, right? You had, what was it, 87. Super Nintendo one was 93? About, was it 93? Then you have one in 2010. So you have 3 in about, what is that, Pat math? 3 in about 17 years, 15 years. 3 in 15 years. And now we haven't had one in 10 years about. I think, eventually the nostalgia for Punch-Out will be gone. Sort of like F-Zero, if you're not careful. You got to put out a new game or else there won't be an audience left for it.
Right.
So I'm not saying it has to be one every system, but hey, John Cena wants that F-Zero game. We got to do it. I'll do a few more here.
Hey guys, it's Daryl from Buffalo again.
Hey Daryl.
I had a question for both you guys. What was your go-to cartoon growing up? What did you guys enjoy watching the most? All right, guys. Have a good day. Hope to see you soon.
Well, I mean, the thing about back then, God, kids are spoiled because they can watch whatever they want. I was talking about with Dan about his son trying to explain, hey, we had to watch shows at a certain time, once a week or once a day. You can't just watch 50 episodes in a row. I mean, obviously, G.I. Joe's my favorite by a good amount, but I loved Thundercats. I loved Mask. At the time, Transformers got in there too. I love Gem. Not for ashamed to admit, I loved Gem as a kid. Gem is fantastic. Ooh, yeah. What about you, Ian?
I mean, the answer is clearly it's Tom and Jerry. My ass would be in front of the TV anytime Tom and Jerry was on. Anytime I flipped channels and saw Tom and Jerry, I stopped what I was doing and I watched it. I love all of the Tom and Jerry episodes from the earliest ones up to and through the Chuck Jones era. I even like some of the Gene Deitch episodes, there's only 12 or 13 of them, and they're those weird Tom and Jerry episodes that don't really look like other Tom and Jerry episodes. But yeah, that's easily my favorite cartoon.
What was your 80s IP cartoon that you liked? Did you have one?
So the only, it was Voltron. That was
Voltron. I did like Voltron.
Voltron was honest. I did not get into Thundercats. I did not get into He-Man. I did not really watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love Ninja Turtles.
I didn't get into that stuff. But Voltron I liked. Voltron I loved.
But that was gone within that was only on TV for a couple of years.
Sure, but that's that
was. So you were super young. Because it was 86 that was on TV around there.
I'm pretty sure some of it was in syndication.
Oh, it must have been syndication.
Yeah.
I remember the first run that they did. It was 86. That's when the toys came out.
That's probably when I first saw it, and I do have a couple of the original toys. But yeah, no, I think I remember it mostly from syndication, maybe up to 90.
Yeah, I remember not seeing it on TV past a certain point in time. Once I got to be 10, it was like Ninja Turtles. That was the big one in the late 80s to early 90s for me. Lamco checking in.
Hello, Pat and Ian. It's your boy Lamco64 from Nottingham, UK. Just a quick question about Bloodsport. You guys are always talking about how much you love that movie. I grew up on that movie, all martial arts movies really, but Bloodsport always stuck out to me. I was a big, massive Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. I don't know, just maybe have a chat about why you like Bloodsport so much, your first time you saw it, anything like that. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
First saw it, I believe it was the family on my mom's side, a party, do an Easter party. When we started with everything but the rum cake is good at these parties. You got your stuffed shell platter. You got your sausage and peppers there. You got that. It was on TV. TBS was playing it. TBS would run Bloodsport.
No, TBS was where I saw it first.
That's where I think I first taped it off TV. This is before TNT was even a thing. This is probably like 89, something like that. And TNT might have been just starting, but whatever. It was probably like 89, 90, a couple years after the movie came out. They probably got the rights to it, and we're showing it. That's how I discovered it.
Yeah, me too. And I, my dad liked the movie. I remember like him walking by it one day and it was on, and we like watched it. We have a VHS taped copy of the TBS movie.
So do I.
Yeah.
And then I bought the regular VHS years later.
I mean, why do I like it? I mean, it's easy. It's an extremely well-paced movie that is humorous, action-packed, has a few good performances from some of the minor characters. Great fighting,
great characters, all diverse characters.
Great characters, all like that. That's what I love. A great tournament. I mean, it's everything I kind of want from a simple martial arts action movie. Good lead up, cool tournament, drama surrounding the tournament, happy positive ending.
Yes. Thank you, Van Damme, for saving it and editing, as supposedly he did. Supposedly he was in the editing room helping edit that thing together.
That's what everyone says, yeah.
Because I can picture that being unruly, just all these fight scenes. How the hell do we edit this together? Well, let's have a couple of montages. Yeah. One for day one, one for day two. There you go.
Everyone loves a good montage.
Don't think about the tournament structure. If you want a real tournament structure, you got to see the quest when you only have 16 guys. It doesn't make sense for Van Damme to win like 10 fights, because otherwise that means like there's like 500 fighters. Yes. There's way too many Van Damme victories in this movie, but we all love Van Damme. That's why you want to see him. But yes, you can't think about that. There's a couple of guys you don't see enough, like the British guy. You don't see a win on day one. And you should have, because he's featured in the intro. Yes. So either he's a sucky fighter and he couldn't pull it off, or something happened with his fight scene where they're like, well, because he should have won a fight because he got to day two.
Exactly.
Every other fighter you see on day two, you see for the most part. You see win on day one, significant fighter. You don't see that for the British guy with his lackey folding his arms. Did you read the script yet?
No.
The script is fascinating because it has more than ninjutsu stuff in it.
I should just put it on my my reader and I'll take it on a trip.
Yeah, it took me years to track that down. I was like, oh, Bloodsport. Okay, we'll do one or two more here.
Let's do one more.
We'll do one, then we'll check in with someone.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Miguel from Terceira Island in the Azores, Portugal. A fun video game fact. My city appears in the video game Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis when they visit the Azores.
Oh.
So a question for both of you. Is there a place that you saw in video games that you love to visit? A real location, and you can add a fictional one for fun. Thanks. Love the podcast. Keep up the great job.
Thanks, Miguel.
Sure. Yakuza 0 made me very interested in what late 80s Japan would have been like to walk around. So I always thought that would have been kind of neat. That involves a little time travel as well, but it got me really interested in just the look and the vibe and the music and the, the style of late 80s Japan. And then as far as a fake one, I'd like to go to Green Hill Zone.
Just to hang out with the bunnies?
Just to hang out.
No humans there, just hanging out?
It would be fun.
I'll do a fake one first. I don't know. I want to relax on Adventure Island.
There you go.
I want to have some fruit. The fruit is plentiful. They appear pineapples and eggplants and veggies.
But would you be safe? I mean, it's called Adventure Island, not Relaxing Island.
You're right. Got a jet set over there. Grab a couple of stone axes. Here's a weird one. Well, it's more based upon the movie, but it was a game. The Warriors takes place, it's 1979.
Sure.
New York. It's a fucking battle zone. Some in New York. New York was a scary place in the 70s and into the 80s from what people were saying. You don't want to be out at night, certain areas, a lot of areas in New York. But it just has that gritty feel of it. That would have been interesting to be alive at that time.
Sure.
When Times Square was like, hey, Times Square is even dangerous.
Right, yes. Yeah. Times Square was not great.
I remember the Peep Show still happening. We took a bus to see My Fair Lady in the like 8th grade. 90
still like
94.
Nude.
Yes,
yeah.
Even in 94, before Julian, everyone just started cleaning it up and making it family friendly. That was still going on. It was still seedy into the 90s, into like probably the mid to late 90s. It was still seedy. Yeah, before it went corporate. And then we're gonna check in with someone that we like here for a second here.
it's Foxandra, and we got a problem. You guys are talking about Chris Pratt in the Mario movie, when what you should be explaining is who the hell you guys casted for the CU podcast Voicemails the movie. In what goddamn world does fake Tommy sound like this? Tommy Tallarico here. When I said the Amico was going to be delayed, it wasn't really gonna be delayed. I just said that just to troll you. What the hell is this? Did you guys turn Tommy into some busty skank like it's some mobile game? And not even the worst of it. Explain to me right this goddamn instant why my part sounds like this.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. It's Foxandra from New Jersey. Renowned voice actress, according to Ian. I was listening to the segment the other day about Comic-Con pronouncing Smash Brothers. Listen, the only con I know these days is the con of my ex convinced me to date him for a year.
Tommy, what the fuck are you talking about?
Shut up! I'm recording!
Wow. Voxandra and Tommy connecting for a voicemail. Never thought I'd see the day. They're now. I feel endangered somehow that they're now talking to each other.
Yeah, no,
I don't feel
terrifying.
safe. I don't feel safe now.
Nope, we're not safe.